Everyone fears the endless stream of bizarre incidents. But it turned into a girls' dating sim game. The eerily beautiful Yandir school heartthrob, the handsome and caring ghost doctor, the adorable kitten-faced police chief, the cold and domineering vampire CEO. All of them are her devoted simps. Not only do they demand hugs and kisses from her every day, they even insist on cuddling with her at night. Some even secretly lick her 999 times. All because the girl has a mysterious aura that makes even ghosts adore her. Not only does it boost the affection of NPCs in the dungeon, it even makes the dungeon bosses chase after her, desperately calling her wifey. The moment she opened her eyes, Luna Zhang found herself in a classroom. The classroom was unlit at night. The only light came from a candle on the desk. The classroom was packed with a dense crowd of students. Originally, Luna Zhang arrived at a dungeon called Happy High School. The character she plays is a student. To clear the level, you must survive for 7 days and complete all tasks. The first task is to pass the entrance exam. Under the reflection of the dim candlelight, everyone's face here looks somewhat distorted. Suddenly, a stern voice rang out from the front of the classroom. Luna Zhang turned toward the sound, only to see a middle-aged woman holding a white candle appear on the podium. Her face pale and eerie, her greedy gaze swept across the entire class. Finally, she grinned in satisfaction and tapped the podium. The entrance exam begins. Exam duration, 30 minutes. Maintain silence during the exam. No cheating. No leaving your seat. Do not disrupt the exam. And remember to keep an eye on your candles. At first, Luna Zhang was full of confidence. After all, she had been a top student back in school. But when she got the paper and saw the questions, she froze instantly. Which part of the human body tastes the best? A brain, B thigh, C arm, D heart. Luna Zhang quickly skimmed through all the questions. Staring at the paper, she had no idea how to answer. She felt utterly speechless. Luckily, the entire test was multiple choice. Just as she silently recited the mantra, 3 short, 1 long, pick the longest. And when in doubt, choose C. A faint, chilly breeze suddenly brushed past her ear. A certain slimy, disgusting gaze seemed to be fixed tightly on her. She instinctively wanted to turn her head away. But just as he was about to make a move, he stopped. That gaze gradually grew even more chilling. Suddenly, a gust of wind swept by. The bamboo shadows swayed. Luna Zhang quickly used her arms to shield against the wind from both sides, then calmly continued answering the questions. Because the teacher had said earlier, they must protect their candles, so she believed. The candle must be some kind of important prop. But not everyone was as cautious as Luna Zhang. Like a boy sitting by the window answering questions, a gust of wind came from nowhere. As the white candle on the desk was extinguished by the wind, it felt as if some kind of restriction had been broken. A rotting, foul-smelling face appeared before the man. The man let out a terrified scream. Slumping weakly in his seat, the rotting face continued to grow larger, split open its mouth to reveal rows of gleaming white teeth, bit his head off in one bite. The sound of crunching and chewing was especially clear in the silent classroom, even though the student in front was splattered with blood. Trembling in fear, they could only hold back tears, clamping their mouths shut, not daring to make a sound. Then, the female teacher sitting at the podium suddenly stood up. She frowned in slight disgust. You ate the head first again. It's so messy. After saying that, the teacher's neck twisted unnaturally by 180 degrees. Her greedy gaze swept over everyone in the classroom. All right, the rest of you, continue with your exam. The malicious warning was over. The teacher then dragged the headless corpse and walked back to the podium. Soon, the podium began emitting the same crunching and chewing sounds, but no one dared to look up. At that moment, Luna Zhang had a sudden idea. She flipped her test back to the first question and changed her original answer from C to judging by what the teacher just said. Brains must indeed taste better. Luna Zhang swallowed hard. Her mind filled with thoughts of spicy rabbit heads, chopped pepper fish heads, and braised lion's head meatballs. Then, Luna Zhang continued working on the rest of the test. But the ghosts around her never let up, occasionally blowing cold air into her ears, or tugging at her hair. This made Luna Zhang think they weren't the kind of ghosts that wanted to kill. More like that Anno Yingguian class back in school. She guessed she wasn't the only one like this, because she could occasionally hear others in the classroom screaming, followed again by the exact same chewing sounds as before. But Luna Zhang didn't even glance their way anymore. Now, she noticed the chewing had become more and more frequent, which meant more and more people were dying. Yet compared to the beginning, everyone had grown far more cautious. This could only mean that, as time passed, the ghosts were becoming even more dangerous. So Luna Zhang simply guessed all the remaining answers in one go, raised her hand and asked to submit the test early. A clear female voice rang out in the empty classroom. The teacher, who had been eating, was interrupted by the sudden sound, and was just about to lose their temper. But when she saw Luna Zhang, her expression softened. Her stiff, pale face actually attempted a friendly look. Even her hollow eyes held a hint of tenderness. Luna Zhang guessed. This must be the effect of the "ghosts adore ghosts" aura. You can just go to the academic office at 11 to get your class assignment results, the female teacher said gently, explaining the details clearly to her. Luna Zhang gazed warmly at the terrifying-looking teacher. The picture of a model student. Thank you, teacher. I really hope I get placed in your class. The teacher grew even happier, her already decaying skin stretching as her flesh sagged with her smile. And Luna Zhang, as if blind, kept laying on the flattery. Teacher, you look so pretty when you smile. You should smile more often. Really? The teacher touched her face in pleasant surprise. Of course, Luna Zhang nodded firmly, her tone sincere, without a trace of pretense. The other players in the classroom, seeing the teacher's face twist into a grotesque grin, exposing a gaping, blood-stained maw, fell silent. So the reason they weren't liked by the supernatural was because they couldn't lie through their teeth. After Luna Zhang smoothly left the classroom, someone immediately tried to copy her. Teacher, you're so beautiful. I also want to hand in my paper early. But the female teacher just walked up to him with a gloomy expression. Are you harassing the teacher? Classmate. The next second, they were devoured without a trace left. The female teacher said, such a cute little girl. Is praising someone the same as praising food? At this moment, Luna Zhang was completely unaware of what was happening in the classroom. And she wasn't blindly trying to hand in her exam early. Staying in the exam hall would only get more dangerous. So of course, she'd find a way to leave this place as soon as possible. After stepping out of the classroom, it was pitch black outside too. The dim hallway lights were lit. Faint red stains could be seen on the walls. Upon closer inspection, words like die, help, and run were barely visible. The air was thick with the smell of old dust. The hallway was filled with eerie gusts of wind. There was no sense of time here. She had no idea what time it was. The only thing she heard was the female teacher saying the administrative office was on the first floor. So Luna Zhang had to go there now. But just then, a deep male voice suddenly came from behind her. Classmate, it's exam time right now. Why are you here? Luna Zhang turned her head to look. Only then did she realize. It was actually a slender young man with delicate features. Her first thought upon seeing his face was, what a handsome ghost. She had never encountered a guy this good looking in her entire life. The boy's deep eyes were fixed intently on her. Luna Zhang didn't know who he was, nor did she understand how he had appeared, since there was clearly no path behind her. At this time and place, he definitely wasn't human. Luna Zhang raised her small face and responded sweetly. Classmate, I finished the exam early. Oh, is that so? The boy took a step forward. Backlit, only his vague silhouette was visible. The shadow seemed to envelop Luna Zhang entirely. She could feel his gaze lingering on her. Intense and scorching. The test wasn't actually that hard. I finished it in no time. Luna Zhang smiled, her tone carrying a hint of pride. The boy in the hallway listened, then let out a soft hum. Before slowly moving past her, Zhang Luna had just taken 2 steps when she called out to stop him. Classmate, can you take me to the academic office? Hearing this, a flash of crimson flickered in the youth's eyes. Luna Zhang was delighted to see this. She knew that except for the final day of the instance, the supernatural entities had to follow certain rules when killing in the early stages. The entity before her clearly had no intention of devouring her. Moreover, it even had such a handsome appearance. Luna Zhang deduced that he couldn't possibly be some nameless NPC in the instance. So of course, she had to take advantage of the situation. No matter what she was thinking inside, Luna Zhang maintained her usual enthusiastic, innocent good girl facade. Thank you so much, she said, leaning closer to him. She noticed with gratitude that his originally pale face had actually flushed slightly. His tone, however, remained serious as he replied, "You're welcome." This instantly made Lu Neijiang feel a bit adorable. 2 people walked side by side down the dimly lit corridor. After both sides introduced themselves, she learned that the boy's name was Li Pei. But she didn't notice, when she spoke the boy's name, his body trembled faintly with excitement. And she certainly didn't know that after they left, a man and a woman appeared outside the exam hall. The man frantically tried to stuff his popped-out eyeballs back into their sockets in shock. Wait, boss, how could he just walk out like that? Does he actually want to eat that human? That human does smell really good though. I like her so much. The girl's long hair dragged on the ground, covering her entire face. She lifted her hair and rolled her eyes. Idiot, if the boss really wanted to eat a human, would he go through all this trouble? He doesn't have Tokari about any rules. Who has ever seen him say a single unnecessary word to humans? At this moment, Luna Zhang looked away from the blush on Li Pei's face. The gaze is a bit too adorable. She suspects that this classmatelli isn't right in the head. What kind of human has mistaken Listabled into Happiness High School? Little did they know, this was actually the most terrifying final boss in the dungeon. The shoddy light bulb in the corridor kept flickering non-stop. Luna Zhang let out a faint sigh, turned his head to look at Pilin. Don't you think the environment at our school is too poor? Pilin didn't understand what she meant. Luna Zhang pointed at the ceiling. Look at this light. It must be due to aging wiring. And this wall really needs a fresh coat of paint. In the end, she even concluded that the environment was bad. How can everyone study well? Pilin pondered for a moment. Then he nodded solemnly. You're right. Luna Zhang didn't expect her to talk nonsense. Li Pei would also think it makes sense. And his tone was inusely serious. The most crucial thing is, walk from the 4th floor to the 1st floor. She didn't encounter any danger along the way, but she clearly felt there are many cold, sinister gazes lurking in the shadows. Doesn't this prove? At least it's safe next to Li Pei. It also proves his capability, definitely stronger than the other freaks encountered on the road. Thinking of this, she clasped her hands behind her back, smiling at him. Li, you and our new transfer student this time. Are you in the same grade? Yes. Li Pei didn't even blink, staring at her, not wanting to miss any of her expressions. The night sky perfectly concealed the obsession in his eyes. I see. I don't know which class you're in, but I hope we can be in the same class. Luna Zhang paused for a moment. After all, you're still the first person I met at this school. Although roughly, it might not even be human. He whispered in a low voice. Because the volume is a bit low. Luna Zhang didn't catch what he said. She moved a little closer. His face was almastooching his shoulder. What are you saying? The sudden scent drew closer. Li Pei's pupils turned red with excitement. That soulful vibe. It made him want to hug Theamin in front of him tightly. But he still forcefully suppressed the desire in his heart. Again, it was repeated. You'll be Asinetto the same class. Luna Zhang once agoned under Li Pei's reluctant gaze. Stay a bit farther away from him. Then confidently guarantee it. Hope so. After all, grades are pretty good. If we end up in the same class, I can also teach you how to learn. We'll study together when the time comes. Progress together. Luna Zhang didn't feel slightest bit guilty. Anyway, I doesn't know her grades. However, Li Pei's expression froze for a moment. Instantly flushed with excitement. Did she just say she wants to be with him? Isn't this just saying you want to be in a relationship with him? Isn't this too fast? Aren't humans supposed to be reserved? So, is he going to agree with her or not? Li Pei was momentarily torn and couldn't make up his mind. She already said she wanted to be with him. If you refuse, she will definitely be sad. After all, Ute looks so fragile and adorable. And Luna Zhang had no idea about the strange fantasies going on beside her. She felt she had laid in our groundwork. So he turned to look at Li Pei. So now, we should be considered good friends, right? Good friends should. Before the word swear even finished, was abruptly interrupted by Li Pei's piercing gaze. I promise you. Luna Zhang was halfway through her sentence when she suddenly felt confused. What did he promise? When it comes to good friends protecting her, right? But she wasn't finished talking yet. I'm sorry, Li Pei spoke while looking at her with guilt again. Eyes filled with infatuated love. Why are you saying sorry again? Could it be that you've decided to eat her again? Luna Zhang realized she really could understand his bizarre train of thought. The hand tightly gripped the candle, and Li Pei took a step closer to her. Because of being close by, Luna Zhang could sense the cold, distant aura emanating from him. And those blood-red eyes staring fixedly at him. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have made you confess your feelings first. Li Pei was frustrated, lip-pounding his head. I thought you humans were all very reserved. That's why I thought to take it slow. As he spoke, a red glint flashed in his eyes again. I didn't expect you to say you wanted to be with me. Actually, I liked you the moment I saw you. The smell on you. The sound of blood flowing. And beautiful eyes. I want to collect it too. Moon, do you want to take a look at my heart? I'll give it to you, okay? Luna Zhang saw his excited look. I feel like things are getting way too ridiculous. This is definitely a confession. Instead of giving her a death sentence, she doesn't want someone else's heart at all. Yet upon seeing Theblish on his face, after another pause, although I don't know what Li Pei misunderstood, but rejecting a creepy confession, it definitely won't end well. Is this some kind of weird shit? The means to lead her to break school rules. Luna Zhang had to stay on her guard. After all, the dungeon prompt already said it. She's just a student. Please be sure to follow the school rules. Thinking of this, Luna Zhang blinked in confusion a couple of times. Does our schoolie a puppy love Li? Li Pei probably never thought. Does dating violate school rules or something like that? Luna Zhang could see a flash of wisdom in his expression. The originally handsome face. For once, he had a genuinely stunned expression. Seems like it's actually kinda cute. Actually, even if I didn't fall in love, we can also be good friends first. She brought up her good friend theory again. Good friends can also help each other out. Luna Zhang coaxed in a sweet tone, concealing a cunning that's hard to detect. We can be each other's only best friend. What do you think, Li? Even if Li Pei didn't intentionally lure her into breaking school rules, but judging by his expression, love is absolutely not allowed at Xingfu no. One high school. Luna Zhang would never actually do anything risky. The only good friend. Seems like she convinced him. Li Pei repeated this sentence. Luna Zhang nodded firmly. That's right, it's just the two of us. We are each other's best friends. Not sure which word struck a chord. Li Pei's eyes instantly lit up. We are good friends. His expression was way too serious. Luna Zhang felt inexplicably the illusion of a trashy woman deceiving an innocent young man's feelings. But the moment I thought about the other party being that creepy NPC from the dungeon, her heart is as cold as Gao Kikiang after slaughtering fish for 10 years. Alright, then we'll be good friends from now on. Remember to help each other out. Mission accomplished. She looked around. Naturally changed the subject. Is the academic office right here? Li Pei indeed couldn't care less about being shy. Show her where the academic office is. Luna Zhang asked. Is it far? Not far away, Li Pei said while looking at her feet. Are you tired? If you're tired. He could have hugged her. This way I can run into her. Still won't scare her. The more I think about it, the more I feel this idea is absolutely brilliant. So he was already ready to bend down and pick her up. Yet Luna Zhang shook her head. Not really, just hungry. Li Pei regretted not being able to hold her. Hearing that she was hungry, frowned again. Then I'll take you to eat first. Luna Zhang heard there was food. First, his eyes lit up. Only then did I start to feel a bit worried. Can she stomach the bizarre food? Li Pei, however, seemed to see right through it. Understood her thoughts. Emphasized specifically, many transfer students like to eat there. Luna Zhang instantly understood what he meant. Transfer students must all be players. However, it can't be ruled out that Gui might have been trying to deceive her. But if Li Pei wants to, there's probably no need to beat around the bush like this. So Luna Zhang didn't hesitate much. She nodded with Asmal and agreed. Then thanks a lot, Ali, for taking me to eat. Li Pei heard her call him that. I feel so light and floaty. It's just that along the way, from time to time, Huold glance at her feet, seems to still carry a hint of anticipation. You, aren't you tired from walking yet? As if he couldn't wait for her to get tired and leave. Luna Zhang shook her head to indicate no. Hearing this, Li Pei hung his head, looking all gloomy and dejected. A bit like a puppy that didn't get a hug from its owner. Luna Zhang seemed to have figured something out. He waved his hand in front of his face. I'm really not tired. But do you want to hold hands? It's completely normal for good friends to hold hands, right? A fair and delicate little hand waved in front of his eyes. Li Pei almost didn't hesitate before reaching out to hold it. From an angle where Luna Zhang couldn't see, Li Pei slowly curled the corners of his mouth. His Yu is really smart. He felt the warm, smooth skin of Luna Zhang. And the beating pulse. Li Pei's breathing quickened slightly. He didn't dare touse too much force. Back then, when I could easily crush human skulls with one hand. No feelings at all. But I'm afraid that using even a little force might make her uncomfortable. When Luna Zhang wasn't paying attention, a black mist suddenly spread across Li Pei's body. It quietly wrapped around Luna Zhang's wrist. Slowly, it crept up her neck again, gently brushing against her cheek again and again. And there is no tactile sensation at all. But Luna Zhang always felt that. There's a sticky feeling of being entangled by something. Yet Li Pei held her hand with an unchanged expression. Every month they say it's totally normal for good friends to hold hands. Then he secretly snuggled up. That should be pretty normal, right? At this thought, Li Pei revealed a wicked smile. Only a black mist could be seen, reaching slowly towards Luna Zhang's collar. At this very moment, a sudden ringtone interrupted Li Pei. This means the exam is already over. Hurry up and head to the academic office. And Luna Zhang had no idea about Li Pei's little trick. After hearing the bell, She couldn't help but quicken her pace. Soon, the two of them arrived at the empty cafeteria. Overly enthusiastic isekai'd auntie. Fill the plate to the brim. Luna Zhang looked through the glass window. Faintly visible was a pair of withered, wrinkled hands. There still seems to be red bloodstains under the fingernails. Luckily, the food handed out by the auntie looked clean. She was someone who went hungry as a child. I have always held a deep respect for food, so I ate very carefully. Li Pei was sitting next to her, engrossed in playing with her free hand. Like a little kid who just got their favorite toy. Poke here. Bumping around there. Luna Zhang pulled her hand back when she felt itchy. Then he would persistently reach out to hold her hand again. This back and forth happened 2 or 3 times. Luna Zhang had no choice. Budo let her do as she pleased. He brought it up in himself by speaking first. Good friends can also hold hands. And Li Pei keeps threatening to give her his heart at the drop of a hat. What if he suddenly returns the favor? What should I do if I end up giving my heart to him too? By comparison, let him play with his phone. There's nothing unacceptable about that. Luna Zhang quickly finished the food on her plate. On the way to the academic affairs office, Luna Zhang thought of booth class reassignment again. Ali, will we really be assigned to the same class? If we can't be in the same class, then he sold his conscientiato report on the big shots. Isn't that a waste? Li Pei gave him a definite answer. That's good. After all, we wouldn't want to be in different classes. I just can't teach you how to study. Luna Zhang still hasn't forgotten her top student life. Start making up nonsense with a righteous facade. After all, we're going out. Outside, he claims to be a top student. That's a student. As I was about to reach academic office, Luna Zhang heard the sound of someone speaking. He guessed that the other players probably were. Quickly pull your hand out of Li Pei's grip. Just as Li Pei wanted to reach out and hold her hand again, he earnestly advised her with heartfelt words. When there are other classmates around, we'd better not hold hands. Although we are good friends. But what if Samena reports it to the teacher? They might misunderstand our friendship. Li Pei stared at his suddenly empty palm, nodded with a hint of grievance. I got it. Don't blame Ute. Those people are so annoying. If only the two of them were left in Happiness High School. At this thought, a glint of collision flashed in Li Pei's eyes. Because Luna Zhang went to the cafeteria to have a meal. So even though he handed in the exam paper early. But in the end, it was him who arrived at the academic affairs office last. At this moment, the players saw that Luna Zhang was completely unharmed. They were all a bit surprised. When they arrived at the academic office and didn't find him there, I already suspected that he might have had an accident. Now seeing him suddenly appear, someone originally wanted to approach and talk to him. After all, those who figure out the rules are the real pros. Maybe I can still hitch a riddy in the coattails of success. But when they tried to get closer, I immediately felt a terrifying gaze. A scent came from Thagi next to Luna Zhang. That gaze seemed like it wanted to tear them all to pieces. Ordinary players who pass the entrance exam all have some intuition. Alarm bells immediately went off in their minds. Everyone realized they couldn't get close to Luna Zhang, not even daring to glance over there again. Luna Zhang certainly noticed this as well. But between unfamiliar players and the golden carry for clearing levels, of course, he chose the latter. In the corner where no one can see, Luna Zhang secretly reached out her hand. He scratched Li Pei's palm with his index finger. Then he was grabbed by Li Pei in one swift move. What's the index finger for? Luna Zhang mouthed the words. Did not make a sound. Li Pei smugly wiggled his fingers, eyes sparkling. It really looks like a well-behaved little treasury in the roadside, letting people pat its head. Luna Zhang admitted he was kinda hooked. So I turned a blind eye to his little tricks. Wait until 11 o'clock at night. The long, hollow sound of Thebel echoed through the campus. The door of the isekai'd's office was open. The first person Kaladin was a female player. After he went in, the classroom door slammed shut with a bang. There was no sound inside. About a minute passed. He pushed the door open and came out, his face pale. His eyes still held a trace of lingering fear. Luna Zhang didn't deliberately go out of her way to ask around. Then the players were called in one by one. After receiving their class assignment results, quickly go find your dorm room. Faintly hard their conversation. The scores were not announced. Only announced theckless assignment results. Luna Zhang secretly breathed a sigh of relief in her heart. Looks like he guessed right. This placement test is truly nothing but a brutal trial. Grades don't matter. As long as the grades aren't announced, his genius personal will never crumble. Don't be afraid. Li Pei saw those humans. The look of being scared pale. Hurry up and comfort them. Humans are all fragile. His Yu looks so pitifully adorable. Should take better care of it. He pulled his fingers out of Li Pei's hand. Looking calm. Not scared at all. She looked at him with smiling eyes. I know you're here. I'm definitely fine. Judging from his performance as a player since his debut, the academic office can at most scare them a bit. There was no substantial harm. Saying this is just sweet talk Li Pei. But the moment Li Pei thought about being trusted by him, feeling all high and mighty inside, a faint sense of pride rose in his heart. The gaze directed at the academic office grew increasingly terrifying. If these pieces of trash dare to scare him, he will definitely kill them. And Luna Zhang had no idea that their one sentence had dropped the ball. Pei Li developed murder resentment towards the eerie. He slowly pushed open the door off the academic affairs office. It's very dark inside. There was only one flickering incandescent bulb. As soon as the door opened, a wave of dust hit me. And a faint, rotten stench. Sitting in the seat, it was that female invigilator, with another somewhat chubby, middle-aged man. Their faces were deathly pale. The pair of eyes were on him the moment he walked in. Stared at him without blinking. Luna Zhang didn't seem to notice at all. With a sweet smile on her face, she walked into the academic office. Teacher, I'm here to get class assignment results. The two of them saw Luna Zhang. His expressionality softened a lot. The originally oppressive atmosphere in the academic affairs office, it seems to have vanished in an instant. Especially that female teacher. He even flashed a smile directly. Come on in. After Luna Zhang came in, Li Pei also quietly followed behind him and walked in. Because he was walking behind, in the dim yellow light, only a shadow could be seen. Two teachers noticed Samina breaking the rules by walking in. His expression changed again. The originally flawless skin on the face, visible to the naked eye, swelling and tearing apart. People who don't follow rules piss me off. Just the word death hasn't been spoken yet. A terrifying pressure suddenly emerged. The male teacher finally recognized Woe had followed him into the office. His face looked like a deflated balloon, and instantly shrank back. Miley calmly walked over and stood beside Luna Zhang. His icy gaze swept over Thetwo teachers at their seats. Teacher Zhang is my good friend. I think I should be able to accompany him. He clearly didn't say anything, but the look in Thaw sees from the past. Yet, it made both area creatures involuntarily shudder. Luna Zhang feels like he's using now. Completely different from when talking to myself. She secretly stole a glance at his profile. Li Pei's cold expression softened when he felt his gaze. Instantly turned into. The smile is a bit like the family dog. Out there, he apical him crazy be out. Going home, but calling it woof woof. The male teacher quickly responded. Of course you can. Shouldn't classmates be friends with each other? Who would have thought? This guy suddenly wants to be friends with human players. Back then, wasn't it always about killing whoever you didn't like? Classmate Zhang, right? You've been Asaneto class 1. Li is in the same class as me. The male teacher awkwardly smiled at Luna Zhang again. The process should have ended here. But the male teacher noticed how seriously Li Pei took Luna Zhang, then decided to say a few more words. Classmate Zhang, you must take this exam result very seriously, right? Otherwise, let's take a look at your score. Luna Zhang felt a bad vibe thement he brought up the grades. No, he don't give a damn at all. He knew full well how had messed up the answers, so he put on a smile. Hurry up and change the subject. Teacher, should I go report to the class now? The male teacher looked concerned. No rush. Let's talk about the grades first. And your homerontioker is right here. This Mr. Joe is the one you'll report to later. The female teacher nodded in agreement. I know your grades are good. This time, I even handed in the exam paper early. Right. Luna Zhang nodded with difficulty. So that's how it is. That's really good. The male teacher rummaged through the drawer and pulled out a small stack of test papers. Sighed, carefully take out Luna Jiang's test paper. Zhang, your score is 21 points. When I saw the scores above, the male teacher's hand movements instantly froze. Luna Zhang heard this number. Has completeligiven up resisting. He gave Li Pei a meaningful look in response. I confidently smiled at him. 21 points this score. The male teacher felt a warning gaze. He swallowed hard with difficulty. This score is actually pretty good. Li Pei finally withdrew his satisfied gaze. No matter how many points he scores on his monthly exams, he's still adorable. Luna Zhang doesn't give face. He accepted the compliment and said, "Thank you, teacher." Unexpectedly, the male teacher still wasn't ready to let him off the hook. I kindly reminded him right away. But Li is the top student in our school. Make sure he tutors you more often from now on. At this moment, Luna Jiang was screaming for help inside. He was so embarrassed he wished he could crawl into a hole and disappear. Li Pei sensed the change in Luna Jiang's mood. He shot the male teacher a warning look. Teacher, I'm going to show the new student around the campus. The male teacher sensed theckling intent directed at him. Trembling all over. Quickly nodded in agreement. He also felt in his heart. It's obvious they're trying to set them up. Why are you getting angry? Being a teacher is a tough job. Next time, can we make him the dungeon boss? He also wants to have some fun. At this moment, Luna Jiang left with the test papers. My heart is already at peace. He even waved the test paper in front of Li Pei. Deliberately teasing, hellawed and said, "It's over. Li, I don't think I can teach you anymore." Li Pei was stunned when he heard this, suddenly feeling nervous. "It's okay. You'll teach me this way too. We can still be together." His gaze gradually shifted to Luna Zhang as he spoke. Exposed ankles and wrists. Suddenly, his eyes darkened. If you doesn't want to be with him, then we'll just have to tie him up. Don't let him leave. This way, will forever belong to herself. At this thought, his pupils began to glow with the crimson light. The unseen black mist behind, testing the water surround Luna Zhang. It seems about to completely envelop him. At this very moment, Luna Zhang let out an exasperated law. You actually took it seriously? Even if I can't study, we are also good friends. Are you really going to look down on me just because I did poorly on the exam? As he spoke, his colleague Evan took the initiative to hold her hand. Li Pei at this moment, still lost in the emotions of tying him up. But when he felt the soft touch in his palm, the lifelessness on the body vanished in an instant. Of course not. I will never look down on you. Faced with his unusually solemn promise, the illusion of Luna Jiang deceiving innocent young boys. It's happening again. But he recalled how Li Pei had suddenly become fervent just moments ago. Dangerous gaze. Instantly calm again. Lily said she would tackle Luna Zhang to tour the school. Just strolled to small garden. The clock struck midnight at a.m. She impotently furrowed her brows. I'll take you to your dorm first, you. Luna Zhang didn't know what midnight at 12 o'clock meant. Never refused him again. This time, wait until it is delivered to the dormitory downstairs. Li Pei consciously let go the hand holding Luna Jiang's. To avoid being misunderstood by the dorm supervisor, the pure friendship between them. Before we part ways, Li Pei bent down close to his ear. Remember, you are a student. All school staff are here to serve you. Luna Zhang heard again that you're just a student. Reminder. I already have a rough idea of what this dungeon requires. He curled his lips at Li Pei to show that he understood. Then suddenly leaned in and kissed her on the cheek. Her skin was ice cold. But unexpectedly, it was incredibly soft. Luna Zhang thinks. It feels like I just kissed an ice-cold snow. Li Pei stared blankly at her petal-like lips. Luna Zhang smirked slyly. Close friends can occasionally kiss each other too. Goodbye, I'm heading to the dorm first. Before Li Pei could react, he ran a few steps and dashed into the girls' dormitory entrance. Mai Li watched his jogging figure disappear into the distance. Obsessive love almost becomes tangible. A hand pressed against the spot where Luna Zhang had kissed, repeatedly rubbing it in. Luna Zhang rushed into the girls' dormitory gate. Just found out. The dorm supervisor is sitting in the small room by the main gate. He stuck his head out the window. At first glance, it's a bit scary. Luna Zhang walked up with Asmal and greeted him. Sis, I'm the new transfer student who just started today. The dorm supervisor was stunned for a moment before waving her hand. What sister me? I'm old enough to be the mother of all you kids. No way, sis, you look so young though. To confirm one's own opinion, Luna Zhang deliberately moved her face closer to his. Eyes meet. The dorm supervisor's hollow eye sockets were especially noticeable. Her skin looked as if it was rotting, wrinkled and drooping down. Luna Zhang didn't even bat an eye. He even reached out and brushed the dorm supervisor's hair aside. A pretentious evaluation. Look at the skin condition. He's clearly about the same as a little girl. And this hair too. Your hair looks amazing. Sis, how do you take care of your hair? You're not holding anything back, are you? The dorm supervisor was embarrassed by her compliments. You're such a sweet talker, kid. But I'm not just blowing my own trumpet. My hair is naturally like this. I usually just rinse it with plain water. So you're naturally beautiful. No wonder then. Luna Jiang's tone and expression were exceptionally sincere. I really envy my sister for being naturally beautiful. The dorm supervisor was smiling more and more happily. In the heat of the moment, a few bugs were even flicked off his face. Little classmate, what's your name? Let me take a look for you. Which room is your dorm? Sis, I'm Luna Zhang. It's first class. He leaned his head over to look at the dormitory list on the table. The dorm supervisor saw that he lived in room 415. Frowned. Luna Jiang's gaze also hardened at that moment, because he saw it on the dormitory list. Room 414 has a guy named Yen Sam. One of the dungeon's quest objectives is to find the heart of humanity. I didn't expect him to find the other party's lead on the very first day. And Luna Zhang noticed. The dorm supervisor mentioned dormitory 415. The expression is unusual. Sis, what's up with dorm room 415? 4 to 5 is no big deal. The roommates are quite honest and well behaved. It's the dorm room next door, room 414. The dorm supervisor suddenly stopped mid-sentence. Luna Zhang realized this might be the crucial clue. What's the problem with rest 414? Nothing much, just a few classmates are a bit mischievous. Alright, it's getting late. You should go back to the dorm and rest. The dorm supervisor quickly changed the subject with vague remarks. After saying that, he handed the dormitory key to him. Luna Zhang saw that he didn't want to continue. No pressure. Thank you, sis. We'll continue talking about your skincare tips tomorrow. Auntie nodded with sheer delight. Separated from the enthusiastic dorm auntie, Luna Zhang finally took the keys and went upstairs. The hallway light was as dim as ever. Luna Zhang heard someone crying, and the crying seemed to be coming from 4-1-4. Listening to the dorm supervisor's evasive tone, he wasn't prepared to explore at this time, but opened the door to dormitory for 115. As soon as the room door opened, two exactly the same. His pale face leaned in close. "Hello, new roommate." Luna Zhang greeted them warmly. The two female ghosts saw that they didn't scare him at all. Frozen for a moment, deliberately and maliciously getting close to him. "New roommate, it looks like you dropped something." Luna Zhang lowered her head to look, as the other person suggested. A bloody head came to a stop right at his feet. That despicable bastard forced a smirk. "Hey there, new roommate." After saying that, she waited to see him scream in fright. Yet Luna Zhang bent down, smiling and waving at the head. He even picked up the head and patted it on top, gently reminding you, "The floor is very cold. You'd better not lie on the ground." His face turned brighter in an instant, stammering words of gratitude. "You're welcome. After all, we still have to get along well in the future." Luna Jiang's eyes curved into a smile. "Keep the tone friendly." The three eerie figures stared at each other in bewilderment, looking at Luna Zhang, who was exuding a delightful fragrance all over. "Screaming in my heart. Their new roommate's definitely an angel. Can I go in now? If you don't take a break, the dorm supervisor might get angry. She also asked me to tell you, her classmates are so unruly." Thinking of the dorm supervisor Fisher's and intimidating look, the three roommates can't help but shiver. Quickly took 2 steps back to make way. Luna Zhang curled the corner off her lips at the sight. Sure enough, even if it's the weirdness inside the dungeon, you also need to follow the rules. Luna Zhang calmly walked into the dormitory. The bed inside looks a bit old. He glanced at bed No. 4, where he lived. It's the one on the left, near the balcony. Just about to step inside, but suddenly my roommate grabbed hold of me, and he had a guilty look on his face. The other two roommates were also sneaking around on the side. I don't quite dare to look at his face. "That new roommate. Your bed hasn't been cleaned yet. Not convenient to stay now. Otherwise, let us go and help you clean up first." Speaking of the other true roommates, who look quite similar, then quickly walked up to bed 4. Luna Zhang watched helplessly as they were thrown off the bed. A whole bunch of hair. A bloody arm. There's also a blood-stained bedsheet. Zhang Yi was truly amazed. Obviously, these are 3 weird roommates. Something special prepared for him. He's not afraid of supernatural, but it also feels a bit creepy. After a while, they finished cleaning up. The roommates awkwardly turned their faces away in embarrassment, quietly begging you, "Please don't tell the dorm supervisor." Luna Zhang understood their attitude toward him. Aside from the influence of charm that even ghosts adore, and there's also the dorm supervisor, Auntie mentioned at the beginning when entering. While they were cleaning up, the 3 ghosts and 1 human introduced themselves to each other. The roommate whose head fell to the ground is named Li Huan. The other 2 roommates look quite similar. They are twin sisters, because Zhang Mai and Zhang Li. They are no ordinary students. Luna Zhang wanted to take the opportunity to find out what was going on next door in room 414. But Li Huan and the other 2 both shook their heads. A confused look. They seem to have forgotten everything. Luna Zhang has no idea. Is this the effect of turning eerie? We had no choice but to give up for now. Bed number 4 was quickly remade. The 3 ghosts and 1 person each went to bed to sleep. Yet by the late night, a dark figure suddenly flipped in through the window. Li Pei gazed obsessively at Luna Jiang's peaceful sleeping face. Then he bent down and held her tightly in his arms. The black mist spreading across the body, cover every inch of her exposed skin. though did say friends could hug. But anyway, she fell asleep. Not sure if a hug would be a problem. Thinking of this, Li Pei slowly reached Hishin into Luna Jiang's clothes. At this moment, several pairs of eyes outside the window were staring intently at him. They came in with Li after that, scared and curled up into a ball, shivering in the corner of the balcony. They also want to cuddle with their cute roommate. Wake up in the morning. Luna Jiang found herself feeling dizzy and muddle-headed. Because last night, he seemed to dream of being tightly entangled by something. Kissing and licking. Especially his hands. It feels like being gnawed by countless mosquitoes. But there were no traces on his hands. Was it just a dream? Luna Jiang didn't think too much about it. Get out of bed and greet my 3 roommates. The roommates look like this right now. It wasn't as scary as last night. It seems like just an ordinary middle school student. It's just that when they saw Luna Jiang, looks a bit curious. Are you the new roommate? Sorry. We fell asleep yesterday. You weren't even welcome. At this moment, Luna Jiang immediately realized they don't remember what happened last night. Perhaps the eerie differs between day and night. He shook his head calmly in response, saying it was fine. But I noticed they had obvious dark circles under their eyes. You guys didn't sleep well? I don't know. I just feel like I haven't slept much. Li Huan shook his head. We woke up to find our Sylvestre on the balcony. Mei and Lily Zhang also scratched their heads in confusion. I thought you guys were the same as me. I heard Sumio necrying next door. That's why I didn't sleep well. Hearing this, the 3 of them immediately lightened their eyes in shock. Do you hear someone crying? Yeah, she's been crying non-stop. Sounds a bit pitiful. As she spoke, Luna Jiang furrowed her brows. There was a faint trace of worry on his face. He looked at the 3 of them pleadingly for help. Should I tell the dorm supervisor or not? Don't be so sure it's those guys next door who are bullying others. Stay out of this matter. Otherwise, you'll definitely get into trouble too. Li Huan quickly stopped him. At the same time, he cautiously glanced around. Are they that fierce? Luna Jiang was a bit hesitant. Mei's brows furrowed instantly. There was also a hint of fear in his eyes. They are very fierce. I usually love Tabli people the most. Last semester, someone was assigned to their dorm room. Being bullied every single day. Crying to run errands for them. As it turned out later, what? Luna Jiang pressed further. Looks like he's got the hang of it. He had a gut feeling that the person must be the murderer. Later, he went missing. They didn't even find him at the school. Zhang Li also followed suit, speaking in a deliberately evasive manner. Do you know what that classmate's name is? Luna Jiang finally confirmed. Seems to be called Ren Xin. Hearing the name of Rangxin, Luna Jiang finally breathed a sigh of relief. Since the mission is to win the hearts of the people, this at least proves that people's hearts still remain within happiness. Number 1 high school. I don't know why. The students of happiness know. 1 high school still look normal during the day. At night, it turns eerie. Next, due to time constraints, they didn't continue the discussion. So the few of them each left the dormitory. However, after going out, Luna Jiang ran into a girl from the same exam hall. The 2 of them naturally walked together. After introducing each other, he knew this girl was named Lingxi. He is a seasoned dungeon player. And he was Asaneto Class 5. But Lam Hai found out that Luna Jiang was assigned to Class 1. He looked absolutely terrified. Because he knows that Ma students are absolutely terrifying. That's most likely where the copy package is located. So the chance of clearing it under normal circumstances is practically 0. Thinking of this, Lam Hai couldn't help but feel a twinge of pity for Luna Jiang. After advising him to be more careful, I had no choice but to leave helplessly. Luna Jiang could tell from Lingxi's expression and tone of voice, probably guessing he knows something. But the other party didn't seem inclined to speak. He wouldn't ask too much either. Because compared to players with complicated minds, Luna Zhang, I'd actually prefer dealing with NPCs in the game dungeons. Soon enough, we arrived at the dormitory entrance. He ran over and immediately greeted the dorm supervisor. "Good morning, sis." "Morning, Zhang." At this moment, the dorm supervisor's eyes were no longer empty. And as soon as she saw Lu Neijiang, she broke into a smile. The key is the dorm supervisor still remembers her. Take a look during the day. Sis's skin seems to have gotten even better. Too bad I have to go to class soon. Can't properly discuss skincare tips with you. The dorm supervisor auntie was beaming with delight, holding her face in her hands. Wait for you to come back early tonight. Let's take it slow. Looks like it's not just about remembering him. I still remember their conversation last night. But his 3 roommates don't remember seeing him last night. Luna Zhang pondered redolently in her heart. She sweetly said goodbye to the dormitory auntie. She quickly jogged out of the dorm. Zhang Luna had just taken 2 steps outside. I saw Li Pei standing at the intersection. Her during the day. Looks like it doesn't seem to have that big sense of oppression at night. But with an expressionless face, still gives off a bit of a keep your distance vibe. Yet the moment Lu Neijiang came into view, Li Pei seemed to sense something and raised his head. The intimidating aura that keeps people at a distance, as if vanished in an instant. His eyes sparkled. Ash looked at Luna Zhang. "Good morning, Yu." Luna Zhang trotted up to Li Pei. Li Pei handed the plastic bag in his hand to him. "I forgot to ask you yesterday what you like to eat for breakfast. Just brought it casually." "No doubt." Li Pei also remember what happened last night. "No problem, I like it." Luna Zhang took it with a beaming smile. Just took a sip of millet porridge and squinted with happiness. Li Pei's casually dangling index finger twitched slightly. "My heart is swaying. Looks like today's breakfast wasn't a waste of effort. Wait till tomorrow, he's gonna go learn. See how other dishes are made." Then the two walked side by side towards the teaching building. However, while Lu Neijiang was eating, Li Pei's eyes were fixed unblinkingly on his lips. His Adam's apple bobbed involuntarily. "I really want to kiss you. I really want to kiss you." And then I thought about the sensation accidentally felt last night. Berlin's heart, which contained nothing but strength. It was almost jumping out of my chest. Last night, said it's okay for friends to kiss occasionally. Is now a good time to kiss? If only I could hide you. Does that mean we can just keep kissing without any restraint? And Luna Zhang. I can also feel that burning, sticky gaze on me. He turned his head and met Li Pei's gaze. At this very moment, Luna Jiang's body seemed to instinctively warn him of danger, but he still had asthma on his face. "We're going to the classroom so slowly. Won't be late, right?" "I won't wait for you to finish eating, there's still time." Li Pei gazed deeply at him, struggling to suppress the deep longing within. Hearing this, Luna Jianjindid responded leisurely. Eating the breakfast Li Pei brought. While eating, Luna Zhang calmly observed the surroundings without showing any expression. The difference between ghosts during the day and at night. He already had a vague suspicion. The stronger the supernatural being, the less it is affected by day or night, because his roommate is relatively weaker. So, that's why it keeps switching back and forth between eerie and human. And Luna Zhang deduced. In this school, most NPCs are just as sweet as his roommate. But when he pushed open the door of Class 1E's classroom, only then did I realize how terribly wrong I was. Is this why Linksy was giving him that death stare? No one said anything. It's all just power-fueled eerie stuff. At this moment, Luna Zhang was being stared at by pairs of gloomy eyes. But he only paused for a moment. Just walk into the classroom, normally. And those gazes, up and landing on Li Pei behind him. It seemed as if something was suddenly receding like the tide. At this very moment, footsteps came from behind. Luna Zhang turned her head. Turns out, it was the female teacher who invigilated the exam yesterday. Female teacher. With a gentle expression, he asked Luna Zhang to introduce herself. Luna Zhang walked up to the podium with confidence. Hello everyone, the new transfer student Tay. Luna Zhang. I hope to get along well with everyone from now on. Progress together. The moment the words fell, everyone in the classroom clapped for him in unison. Everyone's face was lit up with a smile. But that smile was exactly the same. And his eyes were lifeless. Not angry at all. Afterwards, Li Pei ignored the female teacher on stage, holding Luna Jiang's wrist. They went to the 2 seats at the very back of the classroom and sat down. Luna Jiang moved her wrist slightly. Li Pei was only holding it lightly though, but just couldn't pull it open no matter what. It's okay, they're different. Li Pei whispered an explanation beside him. Actually, Li Pei didn't even need to say it. Luna Zhang could also sense the strange behavior of her classmates in the classroom. They are like programmed puppets. No emotions at all. Only an instinctive interest in flesh and blood. Right. Just now, was Yu saying Shuants to improve together with them? Li Pei comforted Lu Neijiang and calmed her down, suddenly bringing up old grudges again. This was exactly what Lu Neijiang told him last night. How could you do the same with someone else? As he spoke, Li Pei's eyes gradually darkened. Cold fingers rubbed against Luna Jiang's wrist. How could they be the same as you? They're just ordinary classmates. I was just being polite. We are each other's only best friends. We'll always be together. Of course, it's different. Luna Zhang took the initiative to slip her small hand into his palm. With him, her fingers slowly intertwined. She clung to his arm, swaying it coquettishly. Ali, we're the only best friends. No one can compare to us. You don't believe me? Of course, I trust you way the most. Li Pei's eyes were intently locked onto him. So, don't dare lie to me. We promised to stay together forever. If you're lying to me, I'll catch you and tie you up. Don't you dare take another step away. Of course, I wouldn't lie to you. Luna Zhang sensed the danger in the apologetic tone. But he wasn't the least bit flustered, smilingly coaxed her. Because he wasn't the least bit guilty. Anyway, once the mission to win over people's hearts is done, or when the 7 days are up, you can just exit dungeon directly. Even if it's a dungeon boss, it's not like they can come out off the game to catch him either. Luna Zhang grew more and more convinced she was in the right. While the rest of the class wasn't paying attention, she gave him a kiss on the cheek. Don't worry, Ollie. Li Pei's ears turned red, obsessively staring at him. The distant red lips no longer remember the warning from just now. And at this moment, the femmeletiker had already started the lesson. Luna Zhang spoke with righteous indignation. I'm going to pay attention in class. Rejected the apology and wanted to keep kissing. Same as yesterday's test paper. The female teacher's lecture content. It also fits the characteristics of the eerie ones perfectly. If a human is 100 meters away, run forward at a speed of 3 meters per second. Weird, at least how fast the speed has to be. Only then can you catch up to him in 5 minutes. At this moment, the female teacher suddenly looked at Luna Zhang. Zhang, you answer this question. Luna Zhang calmly stood up. This elementary level math problem is no challenge for him at all. When he read out the correct answer, the classroom erupted in the same old round of applause once again. Li Pei proudly squeezed his hand with a smug look on his face. I knew Yu was amazing all along. Not really. Luna Jiang's mouth twitched, thinking about last night's 21 points. I always feel Li Pei is mocking him. Li Pei naturally leaned down and gave her a kiss, directly kissed. The crimson lips she had always dreamed of. Luna Zhang didn't quite expect to be ambushed by Li Pei. Eyes suddenly widened. But Li Pei innocently blinked her eyes. This is a reward from a good friend for you answering the question correctly. Like it? Luna Zhang didn't miss his infatuated gaze, and the constantly bobbing Adam's apple. Suddenly I feel. Am I not? Taught the paranormal something extraordinary. But like a dog staring at him eerily. Seems kinda cute. But Luna Zhang firmly refuses to admit she's a yandere, because in her eyes, handsome weirdo and handsome guy are pretty much the same. Not to mention Li Pei. This kind of looks that are hard to come by even in real life. She's a young and pretty little girl. Is it wrong to be a bit lustful? The class passed by quickly. When class was over, Luna Zhang was planning to check out the news about the new dungeon. Because there are two conditions to clear the Happiness High School dungeon. One way is to win people's hearts. One is to stay in the dungeon for a full 7 days. But the longer you stay in the dungeon, the greater the possibility of encountering danger. So, Luna Zhang had no intention of just lying down next to Li Pei and doing nothing, but wanted to take the opportunity to gather more information. But he got up and was about to leave, just matched with Li Pei. Those eyes filled with burning love. What a sweet burden. Luna Zhang sighed helplessly. Until the third class in the morning, only 2 people came to the class looking for Pei Li. It was last night. The man and woman who witnessed their release from prison. Both of them are members of the student council. The boy's name is Jiang Wen. The girl's name is Walnut. When they came in from the classroom, Pei Li was tirelessly playing with Luna Zhang's fingers. Noticing the arrival of the two, he lifted his eyelids with extreme impatience. What's up, President? The meeting time is almost up today. Feeling his emotions, Hu Tao shivered as reminded him. And Jiang Wen was just being curious. Looking at the Luna Jiang next to me. A terrifying aura suddenly gripped his heart. It scared him so much he almost went weak in the knees and dropped to the ground. He quickly averted his gaze. Luckily, he just glanced at it. Got it. It's just that the look in their eyes clearly said, take one more look and see what happens. I'll kill you. Then he turned to look at Luna Zhang again. I know you have a meeting to attend, Yu. Is that so? Then go ahead. Although I'm also reluctant to part with you. But I can't delay your important matters. Luna Zhang finally got what she had been waiting for. An opportunity to act alone. Not at all no intention of refusing. He said this with added pan expression. Li Pei hesitated for only a moment before pulling him up. Yu, come with me. I never expected Yu would be just as reluctant to part with him. He's really so happy. And Luna Zhang widened her eyes slightly. It took me a long while to process what he had just said. Li Pei's movements paused abruptly, squinting slightly. Yu doesn't want to? It's not that I can't bear to part with it. Didn't I actually lie to you? I just didn't expect it, that's all. I'm not part of student council. Will it affect you guys? Luna Zhang could tell he was on the verge of losing it again. Quickly stepped forward and grabbed his arm. He slightly raised his head. Toned sincerely. Of course not. Li Pei curled his lips in satisfaction. Without hesitation, Rong Fench took him out of the classroom. Jiang Wen and Hu Tao stood there staring at each other in bewilderment. Wait, what about us then? Is this part of your game? At this moment, Luna Jiang followed Li Pei all the way up. The location of the student council meeting. In the office on the top floor of the teaching building. It feels like he's back to last night. The scene of following him downstairs. When we reached the top floor, Luna Zhang noticed a few figures heading up to the rooftop. He heard a girl screaming for help. But Li Pei seemed completely oblivious, taking him to the office. And Luna Zhang, intentionally feigning curiosity, he looked in that direction. Just ignore that from earlier. None of that matters. As long as Yut is with me, that's all that matters. Li Pei held the back office head with a big hand. Turn in your own direction. His pitch-black eyes carried a profound meaning. Hearing this, Luna Jiang could only tilt her head. responding with a smile as knave and sweet as a fool. After all, we're good friends, right? Wait until we get to the office. Luna Zhang just realized they were actually having a meeting. At this moment, there were already 7 or 8 people sitting in the office. They were holding documents and discussing something. Damn, even you ghosts are this competitive? Luna Zhang was still thinking about the few people who had gone up to the rooftop earlier. Want to take the Chanchetto check out the situation? Ali, I'm going out for a stroll. Luna Zhang tentatively mouthed a silent question to Li Pei. Li Pei also didn't know if she could tell what he was thinking. The expression looked somewhat reluctant. Luna Zhang gave him 2 more words. Zhang Li. Li Pei's eyes lit up instantly. Reluctantly, patted the back of his hand. And the voice reminded you to it again in a low tone. Be good and don't run around. Otherwise, I'll get angry. Don't worry. Luna Zhang waved him off without batting an eye. Then he swaggered out of the office. No one else in the room had ever seen anything like this. Li Pei widened his eyes in disbelief. Was that really their terrifying boss just now? Just thinking about Luna Jiang's pretty and adorable face. Can't help but cry inside. Boss eats really well. However, Luna Zhang had just slipped out of the office. In an instant, Li Pei's instructions were completely forgotten. He went straight for the stairs leading to the rooftop. He just wanted to go to the rooftop to get some fresh air. How can you call it running around? The door to the rooftop plays the role of Luna Zhang is hiding behind the door. I saw 3 girls surrounding a girl who was sitting on the ground, slumped over. The girl on the ground still seemed to be quietly sobbing. I don't have anything with her. We've only met twice. I don't even know his name. Right after came an overbearing voice. Why would he specifically bring you up? He even went and snitched the little genius. You're really something. Saying. They kicked the girl on the ground without hesitation. Luna Zhang frowned almost instantly. This is clearly a scene of school bullying. Although he knew this is just the plot that appears in the copy. But he also hated seeing this kind of scene. Then there was a loud bang. The rooftop door was kicked open. I don't have anything with him. We've only met twice. I don't even know his name. I don't know. Why would he bring it up on purpose? You are. Still went to tattle to that little top student. You're really something. You're just asking for a beating. I really don't have it. Please, just leave me alone. Oh, you did it, and still didn't dare to admit it. Then I'll beat you until you admit it. Stop it. People always say they've never done it before. What are you guys still bickering about? Good students shouldn't just bully their classmates like that. Fuck off. We're no exactly model students. Are you sure you want to stick your nose where it doesn't belong? Maybe what I'm doing should be called upholding justice. I already said good students shouldn't bully their classmates whenever they feel like it. Why won't you just listen? Alright, hurry up and get to class. Skipping class doesn't make you a good student either. They will find Simeon to beat you up. Bring it on. I'm not afraid of a few. Only I were as good as you. Have they been bullying you like this all along? Yeah. We're roommates. I clearly didn't owe anything at all. Is it just that I'm not likable? It's not your fault. The one who bullies you is the one at fault. If it wasn't you, I might get beaten up by them again today. Nothing's happening for now. But what are you going to do later? What if they bully you again? Otherwise, maybe we shall just tell the teacher. Don't tell the teacher. The teacher won't keep an eye on you forever. They know that if I tell the teacher, they'll only get worse. It's fine if it's next time. Month after month. No more talking. Don't run around. Luna Zhang turned her head, facing Li Pei's darkened displeased eyes. He carried an aggressiveness unlike his usual self. Yu is not behaving at all. Li Pei bent down. He took Luna Zhang's hand with one hand. Hold this hand in the palm of your hand. Repeatedly kneading and rubbing. Then his gaze indifferently swept over the girl slumped on the floor. The girl's eyes instantly widened in shock. Her body was trembling gunkentarble. It seems like they're trying to shrink themselves into a tiny ball. Luna Zhang could tell the girl was genuinely terrified. But what if he's in state of a human NPC? How could Li Pei be so terrified? In Luna Zhang's eyes, Li Pei is nothing more than a student council president at best. So actually, is it kinda creepy too? A guess flashed through his mind. But the next moment, his eyes were suddenly covered by Li Pei's hand. How could you go see someone else at a time like this? You have to keep looking at me. We are the only true friends. Isn't it pitch black before my eyes? In the darkness, Luna Zhang's sense grew increasingly clear. He could sense Li Pei staring at him intently. Li Pei's breath was icy cold. With a chilling sense of terror, I didn't run around recklessly. Just a bit bored. That's why I came up to the rooftop to get some fresh air. Luna Zhang spoke the prepared words she had long rehearsed. Ali, give me a hug. He looked up at Li Pei. The tone sounded particularly aggrieved. Li Pei heard this request. Frozen for a moment. Immediately let go offhand, covering her eyes. Probably because he'd just regained his sight. Luna Zhang's eyes were a bit blurry, blinking eyes repeatedly. It made her eyelashes a little damp. Looks even more pitiful. I've been squatting so long my legs are numb. Don't you want to hug me? Hearing this, the terrifying aura emanating from Li Pei vanished in an instant. She didn't hesitate at all. He lifted Luna Zhang up with one hand. Li Pei looked at him with concern. The gaze involuntarily dived downward. Because Luna Zhang was wearing a slightly see-through white school uniform. And it's exposed. The ankles are smooth and fair. It's still covered with a layer of soft and tender flesh. This made Li Pei involuntarily think of the soft sensation he touched last night. At this thought, his Adam's apple involuntarily bobbed a few times. Is this still bearable month after month? Do you want me to give you a massage? I'll be fine without taking a break. Luna Zhang obediently held onto Li Pei's shoulders with both hands, sweetly smiled and said. Li Pei had no choice but to reluctantly withdraw his gaze. After breaking up with Luna Zhang, the longing in his heart endlessly stretched at every moment. When Li Pei felt his presence growing farther away, and even almost mixed with the smell of other bugs at one point, he finally couldn't hold back and went to find Luna Zhang. I miss you. You've gone too far. And you still have to mess with others. Pei Li said, the voice actually sounded a bit aggrieved. When talking about this other person, his gaze was icy. On the girl who had already curled up into a ball. I wish I could tear her into 1,000 pieces. Pei Li's voice was deep and heavy. With a strong warning. Classmate, it's class time now. I'm leaving right away. The girl finished speaking with a trembling voice. Got up from the ground at fastest speed of my life. Ran away as if fleeing for their life. Luna Zhang watched the girl's retreating figure with a thoughtful expression. A vague suspicion rose in my heart. Li saw this. Holding the back of his head with your hand. Turn the person around. You is not Alouette look at others. I just think he's pretty pitiful. Someone was just bullying him. Does the student council not care about bullying classmates? Luna Zhang said casually. This is not within our scope of responsibility. You seems like a pitiful person. It could also take a sudden turn overnight. Li Pei paused for a moment before continuing. Everyone's fate is predestined. He gave a meaningful glance in the direction where the girl had disappeared. Everyone's fate is predestined. Just like the fate between me and you. It means being together forever. Li Pei said. A smile appeared on his or her face. Luna Zhang leaned forwards lightly with a gentle smile. Honey is at her place. Of course, it's on the face. This is the reward he promised you. Li Pei stared straight at her lips. No way, this isn't enough. The words had barely left his mouth. She didn't hesitate to press her lips against Luna Zhang's. Like a thirsty puppy, it repeatedly licks and sucks. Luna Zhang was kissed so hard she could barely keep her balance. Both hands clung tight to Li Pei's shoulders, passively accepting his demands until there was a slight sting on the lips. He then forcefully pushed Li Pei away. Enough already. Because of prolonged kissing, Luna Zhang's lips, like rose petals that have been crumpled over and over again. The damp eyelashes streamed weakly. Looks pitiful, yet adorable. Li Pei still stared at him with unsatisfied greed. I like it this way. I still want to kiss. No. Luna Zhang quickly covered his mouth with both hands. He sternly stated that this would seriously affect his studies. We still need to prioritize your studies for now. Look, I've already skipped one class. I must have missed out on so much knowledge. When he said this, his expression was so serious it looked like he was about to get brainwashed. Her faint pan-tinged crimson lips. It reveals the true thoughts in one's heart. Perry gazed obsessively at Luna Zhang. So cute. Seriously? Spouting nonsense. Is still so adorable. Then can you let me down first? I can't wait to go back to class. Luna Zhang cooed and acted coquettishly with him. Look at how determined he is. Li Pei couldn't possibly refuse. I had no choice but to reluctantly put her down. If you is tired, I must give you a hug, okay? Don't be afraid of trouble. After all, good friends are supposed to help each other out. Alright, I got it. After saying that, he quietly took Li Pei's hand without any hesitation. Li Pei stared at him obsessively, eyes filled with love. The upcoming lesson. Luna Zhang didn't do anything, no different from an ordinary student. But after a day of observation, he has already discovered that there are a total of 3 types of ghosts in the copy. The first type is accompanying Divik women and dormitory supervisors. These ghosts with slightly stronger abilities, they possess self-awareness both day and night. The second type is the same as regular classmates. Ghosts used to pad the NPC count. They have nuthoughts or emotions. Like a robot fatally received commands. In the end, it's just like with a few roommates. The night is eerie. During the day, they're just ordinary human NPCs. In the blink of an eye, it was already night. After nightfall, the classmates in the class changed. Their skin turned pale and bluish. There are many nuances on the face. However, due to Li Pei's terrifying intimidation, not creepy. Dare to set your sights on Luna Zhang, this mere mortal, surrounded by such a bizarre group. Luna Zhang isn't scared though, but still kept his gaze fixed on Li Pei's face. Luckily, Li Pei didn't turn out like that. Otherwise, letting him kiss me would be such a disservice to myself. Midway, Luna Zhang also heard people chasing each other outside the classroom. The sound of running. Probably some players were earning for their lives. Every time at that moment, the classmates would look out the window together, eyes filled with greedy desire. Creepy. Until the school bell rang 12 times. The classmates gradually left the classroom one after another. The air was thick with fresh scent of blood. The hallway that was normal during the day. It's back to that shabby state from last night. Luna Zhang and Li Pei walked out the way to the dormitory entrance. Li Pei clung to him and kissed him for a while longer. I don't want to part with you at all. Wait until he's gone. Luna Zhang stood in the corner of the dormitory hall. Finally took out the clothes. The note in the pocket. It was that injured girl who stuffed it into his hand. The words above were written in blood red, stating that after 12 o'clock at night, small woods next to the teaching building. Luna Zhang finished watching, crumpled the note into a ball. He nonchalantly threw it into the trash can by the door. He's not an idiot. I know that girl is a lying cheat, still running to your death. Moreover, the only thing on him was the white bamboo he snatched from the exam hall. No life-saving items at all. Only a madman would go out in this heat. He ran out in the middle of the night to find the ghost that had ill intentions toward him. Got time for this. He'd be better off trying to get in the dorm supervisor's good side. Thinking of this, Luna Zhang walked up to the dorm supervisor with a beaming smile. "Good evening, sis. You look even more beautiful tonight." "Good evening." The dorm auntie is fixing her hair. She peeled off her scalp and placed it on the table. Comb through it gently with a comb, stroke by stroke. "He looks particular fine and caring." Luna Zhang enviously to shed the really beautiful hair. She smiled sweetly and held onto the other person's arm. Sis said okay. Today we exchange tips on skincare. You can't keep it all to yourself. Of course not. Come in, let's talk it over slowly. The dorm supervisor warmly opened the small room door. Invite her in. Luna Zhang casually glanced around after stepping through the door. The room isn't big. It's probably around 7 or 8 square meters in size. In the corner, there's a bed and a wardrobe. The wall was hung with rows of keys. Line up neatly accordito your dorm room numbers. He noticed 2 keys changing at position for 114. Luna Zhang quickly glanced at the position of the keys. Then he nonchalantly averted his gaze. The dorm supervisor warmly welcomed her to a long table. Come quick. Let's sit down and talk it over slowly. Luna Zhang smoothly sat down next to the dorm supervisor with a smile. Sis, I just noticed when you stood up earlier. So you actually have a great figure too. Really? The dorm supervisor opened her eyes in surprise. Pitch black eyes. A smile that couldn't be held back spread across their face. Yeah, Luna Zhang took the initiative to hold her hand. Look at this waist. It's a shame about these boobs. Luna Zhang looked troubled. What a pity. The dorm supervisor quickly pressed for more details. It's a shame the cut off this outfit is so basic, so it doesn't highlight your figure at all. As she spoke, she glanced at the wardrobe behind her. Why don't you try on some other clothes, sis? Let me help you see what style suits you. I also think this piece of clothing is too old. Wait a minute, little sister. Give me some advice. The dorm supervisor finished speaking. Slapped my thigh in excitement. I immediately got up and went to the wardrobe to pick out clothes. She buried herself in the wardrobe. Bent over, he rummaged through the items one by one. Luna Zhang saw this. He also stood up along with them. Turned my head to look at where the keys were hanging. Then he immediately looked onto the target. Take off the key for 414. Put it in your pocket. At the same time, the dorm supervisor suddenly turned her head 180 degrees. Dark, hollow eyes stared at him. The next second, he cracked a smile. Girl, come over here and pick with me already. Coming. Luna Zhang curved her eyes into a smile. Sweetly walking over. Under Luna Zhang's flattery, the dorm supervisor changed into several outfits. Finally, I'm completely satisfied. Changed into a flashy outfit. Luna Zhang also styled her hair. It looks much better than before. The dorm supervisor looked at herself in the mirror, full of emotion. Sis, I really can't thank you enough. From now on, you're my own little sister. Thank you, sis, but it's getting late. I need to go back and rest. Let's talk again next time. Luna Zhang smiled sweetly and obediently. The dorm supervisor looked at them with motherly affection in her eyes. With reluctance, I watched him go upstairs. Then happily humming a song, danced on the spot. The dorm supervisor, Auntie, when touching the keys hanging on the wall. After a brief pause, but she quickly averted her gaze. Take out the mirror. Looking at myself over and over again, feeling all pleased and satisfied. Of course, I'll spoil my own sister. He didn't find anything, and Luna Zhang walked up the stairs with light steps. The hallway is as dark as ever. Threads of weeping drifted from nowhere. In contrast, 414 was unexpectedly quiet. But Luna Zhang still opened the door to room 415. In the dorm room, 3 roommates were already squatting on their beds. Seeing Luna Zhang come back, Li Huan immediately jumped out of bed. His eyes were wide open. You're finally back. We're all worried about you. Something's gone wrong. Why does Yute have such a weird smell all over her? Is there a ghost ring to mess with you? Jiang Li frowned upon hearing this. Her hair was flying from crying so hard. It's all because we're too weak. I can't protect you. We didn't dare to leave the dorm room. I'm fine, aren't I? I just had a chat with dorm supervisor. Hearing this, Li Huan and the other two stared at him in shock. Dorm supervisor, sis. The dorm supervisor said she'll treat me like her own little sister from now on. And she said if anything comes up in the future, just go to her. Luna Zhang smiled at her roommates. The three eerie figures glanced at each other. His eyes lit up as he stared at Luna Zhang. That, if we accidentally piss off dorm auntie in the future, don't worry, I'll just stick to my sister about it. Luna Zhang waved her hand and made a grand promise. Anyway, I'll be leaving this instance in a couple of days. Didn't expect the three roommates to be even more pleasantly surprised. They said Yui warily is an angel, huh? Afterwards, Luna Jiang planned to go freshen up first. But when she walked into the bathroom, she realized the originally clear water had turned a bright red color. It was also accompanied by a foul, fishy stench. The dim yellow light began to flicker with a bloody hue. Suddenly, a clump of black hair emerged from the sewer, gradually spreading towards Luna Jiang's feet. Seeing this, she silently turned off the tap. He grabbed that clump off her in one swift motion. Lit it with a candle. Soon after, a scream was heard from next door. The hair quickly retracted. Li Huan and the others quickly knocked on the bathroom door. Are you okay? The neighbors next door are way out of line. How dare you bully our people? It's okay. Luna Zhang quickly penned the door to calm them down. Yet the three roommates were still seething with anger. This made Luna Zhang sense their strangeness. You should know. Yesterday, the three of them brought up the matter next door and were terrified. There's no way he'd be this arrogant now. Luna Zhang asked tentatively. Aren't you guys afraid of those people next door today? When have we ever been afraid of them? Li Huan looked puzzled. Jiang Mai, however, I immediately understood what Luna Zhang meant. The neighbors we're talking about are the ones from 416. Maybe it's because their new roommate isn't here. I didn't expect them to come and scare you. And besides, those few people from 414 are nowhere to be seen tonight. Not at all right now. We wouldn't dare cause trouble for them. Jiang Li added from the side, mentioning the few people from April 14th. The three of them instinctively shrank their necks in unison. On the other hand, Luna Zhang, but instantly grasped the key information. Room 414 is haunted right now. No wonder he came back like that. 414 is so quiet. No matter where those freaks have gone now. But obviously, now is the perfect time for him to investigate 414. Luna Zhang looked toward the door. He turned his head again to look at his roommate shadowing him with concerned expressions. He curved his lips into a smile. Oh right, I just remembered. I forgot one more thing to tell the dorm supervisor. Sister, I'll go find him first. Hearing Luna Zhang mention it, the three dorm supervisors naturally didn't dare to ask anything further, just eagerly waved at him. Closed the dorm room door. Luna Zhang stood once again in front of door 414. This time, he didn't hesitate. Carefully taking out the keys, he gently opened the door. A strong wave of cheap perfume hit me in the face, mixed with the heavy stench of decay. Luna Zhang endured the disgusting smell as she slowly walked inside. He didn't turn on the light, shining from the balcony. You could vaguely make out the situation in the room. The layout of room 414 is pretty much the same as the other dorm rooms. The setup is the same with 4 beds above and desks below. But the bed closest to the toilet is bed number 2. Looks particularly catching and shabby. And on the desk, the wardrobe and the walls. It's like everyone's venting their anger on me. A big red cross was painted with red paint. There's also a death-like character resembling a curse. Luna Zhang guessed. This should be the bed where Yansum once stayed. He opened the wardrobe and the desk drawers. It's obvious that someone has already rummaged through it inside. Haven't seen it. To anything Likia diary or records. And just as Luna Zhang bent down to check the wardrobe, a bright light flashed in his eyes. Luna Zhang casually reached out and touched it. It turned out to be an exquisitely crafted little mirror. It's about half the size of a palm. The back is carved with exceptionally beautiful patterns. Luna Zhang was searching for something that could touch people's hearts. It analyzed the other person's personality based on his outfit and appearance, judging by the various things they use. This mirror doesn't quite match the style people like. As if it was something someone else gave him. Where on earth are they now, Rangson? Luna Zhang took the small mirror in her hand and examined it repeatedly. I didn't notice Anathingels particularly special. He had no choice but tossed it into his coat pocket. Then Luna Zhang rummaged through the desk again. I didn't expect it to between two books. Found a pink envelope. But he didn't open it to look. Because every minute every second here. It would make his head spin. Next, Luna Zhang didn't find anything valuable. After putting everything back in place, he quickly left. 414 to 415 dorm room. The roommates are already asleep. Luna Zhang immediately took a change of clothes with her. Back in the bathroom again. She first checked the contents of the letter. As expected, this is a love letter written to Ren Xing. There's a lot of content above. It was viciously crossed out with red ink. Especially the name was so heavily crossed out that it could only barely be made out. The human heart may have never truly been seen. This letter went straight into the hands of a certain roommate. Then it became one of the reasons he got bullied. Luna Zhang probably imagined their relationships between them in her head. She carefully put the letter away. Turn on the faucet again. This time, the water didn't turn into blood again. She carefully washed herself all over. Just got into bed. At this moment, a sudden, inexplicable panic rose in Luna Zhang's heart. But after looking around carefully, nothing was found. Feeling unwell, she had narcolepsy but to lie down quietly. After Luna Zhang's breathing gradually steadied, a pair of icy cold hands tightly wrapped around her. A childish male voice kept murmuring in her ear, I miss you so much every month. So it was you. Apologize, you damn man. Luna Zhang closed her eyes. Not the slightest bit surprised. Besides apologizing. Not creepy. He would look at him with that perverted gaze. Li Pei's icy hands coiled around like a predator's grip. To hold him tightly, he leaned close to Luna Zhang's neck, sniffing around repeated like a little dog. He stared morbidly at Luna Zhang's sleeping face, repeatedly touching her skin without feeling hunger or thirst. So fragrant, I love it. Li Pei is very clear about it. This isn't some effect created by props. Luna Zhang is completely different. His entire body, down to his very soul, exudes fragrance. As if the mere presence of Luna Zhang. That's enough to attract Li Pei. My dear Ute. Li Pei muttered softly in a sickly manner. The black mist, symbolizing power. It's overflowing from him again. Slowly climbing onto Luna Zhang's body. Li Huan. The three of them were so scared that they were sniveling on the balcony. Sticking together thick and thin. Because you closed your eyes. Luna Zhang's other sense grew increasingly sharper. She could feel the poetry on Li Pei's tongue. And the skin that keeps getting erased over and over. Luna Zhang suddenly understood. This morning's feeling was definitely not a dream. Li Pei, that damn man. I already climbed into her bed last night. She's sure now. I really did attract a little pervert. But the little weirdo is kinda cute. This world that judges by looks is just that harsh. Luna Zhang admits she's just plain horny. She originally thought that with Li Pei being so clingy like this, must be hard to sleep. Who knew it would end up being taken advantage of like this? I actually fell asleep without realizing it. The next day when I sat up from the bed, Luna Zhang was no longer next to Li Lin. Her skin remained smooth and fair, as if it were last night. Nothing happened at all. But Luna Zhang had a strange dream last night. In the dream, she helped Yan Sum, who was being bullied by her roommate, and handed that pink letter to her. I am deeply moved by such kindness. He finally realized that Hugh isn't actually ignored by everyone. But at that moment, a crimson mist of blood suddenly surged around him, instantly swallowed him whole. Before disappearing, Luna Zhang heard a ding-dong sound. A small metal plaque fell to the ground. He picked it up. Turns out it was a key to the art room. Luna Zhang recollected last night's dream. Looking down, I suddenly realized the key was right there in my hand. And the pink envelope that was originally in his pocket already vanished without a trace. Looks like last night wasn't just a dream. Luna Zhang fell into deep thought. At this moment, Li Huan and the other two stood up from the balcony again, rubbing their dark circles. What's going on? Are we sleepwalking again? Luna Zhang finally understands what's going on now. The three of them. Clearly, it was Li Pei who scared them onto the balcony. He cursed Li Pei in his heart, with a concerned smile on his face. Have you guys been working too hard these past few days? I heard that if you're under too much stress during the day, you might sleepwalk at night. Perhaps Li Huan suddenly realized. It's all because of this damn school, assigning so much homework every day. When sisters Zhang Mai and Zhang Li heard this, they also started complaining that school is being unreasonable. But as soon as Thecla's warning bell rang, they immediately shut up again. After that, everyone quickly left the dorm room. Because no one wants to lose their life just for being late. Luna Zhang stepped out of the dormitory gate, just saw Li Ying standing at the intersection waiting for her. To his surprise, Li Pei actually wore the school uniform today. Feeling the presence of Luna Zhang, the tall figure in school uniform raised his head, clearly wearing the same school uniform as everyone else. But the two of them stood together. It's like we're wearing matching couple outfits. Good morning, Yu. What are we eating this morning? It's tofu pudding. Li Pei is focused and passionate. Looking at him. How did you know I wanted to eat this? Luna Zhang looked pleasantly surprised. Walking side by side with him while eating. Arrived at the classroom. Just as Luna Zhang predicted during the day. It's indeed become even more dangerous. The entire school was filled with the stench of blood. Those eerie beings who would turn back into normal people during the day. At this moment, it even vaguely began to show signs of mutation. Luckily, Luna Zhang was there, usually with Li Pei around. Those freaks can do anything at all. But he knew it in his heart. Speed up the progress. Luna Zhang thought of. Last night, I got third room key in my dream. But now, he doesn't even know where the art room is. Ali, do you know where the art room is? Luna Zhang asked with a smile. Li Pei, as the president of the student council. It's impossible not to know this information. Right now, Li Pei was still holding Luna Zhangshan with one hand, idly playing with it. His eyes were fixed on her with intense focus and eagerness. Upon hearing this, her eyes narrowed desolately into a scrutinizing gaze. What are you asking this for, Ute? Ute? Class is just a bit boring. Just asking. Luna Zhang said casually. Her eyes curved into crescents, with a bit of anticipation. And I actually quite enjoy drawing. Maybe we can get a portrait of the two of us. Done. Are you going to give him a gift, Yu? Li Pei's eyes instantly lit up. The gloom from earlier vanished in an instant. Luna Zhang smiled. Of course, it's right. After all, we're the best of friends. Exchanging gifts is also quite normal. Li Pei just felt exceptionally happy. She looked at Luna Zhang. The eyes are filled with undisguised, burning love. I also prepared a gift for you. You will see. Trust me, you'll definitely like it. A gift from the eerie. Luna Zhang remembered the first time they met. Li Pei said he would give her his heart. She really couldn't bear to imagine. What can Li Pei give himself this time? Looks like we gotta finish the task ASAP. Away from parents. That's what I'm thinking. Luna Zhang, however, put on a bright smile. Then I'm really looking forward to it. You, Li Pei eagerly. Staring at him without waiting for him to speak. She lowered her head and gave him a kiss on the lips. Didn't I tell you not to kiss in public so casually? Luna Zhang glanced sideways slightly, gave him a warning look. He immediately pouted with a pitiful look. The handsome young man hung his head, eyes brimming with tears. The long lashes concealed his expression. How can anyone handle this? Luna Zhang has reason to suspect that Li Pei is deliberately trying to seduce him. Hey he's a man of strong principles. Said no kissing but still can kiss. Sorry, the enemy's just too strong. Luna Zhang took the initiative to press her lips against his. Li Pei's eyes instantly lit up. Holding him, she nibbled and licked all over. After some back and forth, they were just about to head to the art room. It was still clearly daytime at this moment. But the sky at Happiness First High School had already darkened. The art building was especially quiet. Luna Zhang walked up the stairs of the art building, looking around curiously. Why is it so quiet here? Don't you usually have classmates? There was a fire in the art studio at the art building before. Later, the school thought it was inauspicious. Basically, they don't let students come up anymore. Li Pei held his hand. By the way, explain. The art studio caught fire. Luna Zhang felt she had grasped the key point. His intuition told him this had something to do with human nature. Otherwise, I wouldn't they've left him a key. Li Pei did not answer his question. Instead, he looked at him with a faint, ambiguous smile. A look that sees through everything. You'll stay with me forever. Yeah, I'm just curious. Just asking casually. Luna Zhang didn't bat an eye. It's not like I can stay in the dungeon forever. Not a single trace of guilt from deceiving the eerie. He tilted his head with asmal and looked at Li Pei. Ali, don't you trust me? Of course not. I trust you the most. So don't you dare lie to me. Li Pei stared deeply at him. The quiet art building was left with only the sound of their footsteps. They soon arrived at the art studio. As the door was pushed open, the lights inside turned on. There are many piled up in the corner. Painter Yu at the art studio. Got all the tools, just as Li Pei said. Whether it's paper or paint, everything is fully stocked. But this wasn't what Li Pei mentioned. The art studio that was burned in the fire. He didn't show an unusual reaction to this. In a rather good mood, she began picking out her drawing tools. Set up the easel. Luna Zhang sat upright at the front, looking very professional. Li Pei sat beside him, cupping his face in his hands, eyes sparkling with burning passion. He can actually paint. No big. Luna Zhang waved her hand. He sat in front of the easel, holding a charcoal pencil in hand. Long black hair tied up at the back of the head. There's a vibe of a beautiful female artist. The only problem is he can't draw. Li Pei saw he wasn't moving. Give advice. How about drawing us kissing? I want to keep this moment forever. He spoke with an excited and accelerated flush on his face. I'll think about it. Luna Zhang nodded with an unusual serious expression on her face. But my mind is still reminiscing. The color structure learned in elementary school art class. Looking at him, pursing his lips with a serious expression, Li Pei couldn't resist leaning in to give him a kiss. Then, while Luna Jiang was drawing, he would go up and give a couple of kisses from time to time. Just like that, the two of them dawdled in the art building until midnight. Luna Zhang just sketched an outline. The screen is pitch black. Li Pei stared for a long time. I couldn't even tell what kind of look that was. But he still mindlessly praised Luna Zhang all the same. Just offered to walk her back to her dorm. But I want to finish this painting in one go. This is the first gift I've given you. I don't want to be too hasty. Luna Zhang held Li Pei's hand. Blinking eyes. Dead serious. He waited for so long. Kissed by Li Pei all day long. Now's the moment. Outside the art studio, Jiang Wen and Hu Tao were already waiting for Li Pei. Li Pei's heart softened at his coaxing. Not a word yet. Luna Zhang came up again. Gave him a kiss on the lips. Go do your thing. I went back to the dorm by myself after finishing the drawing. The dorm supervisor will let me in. Dorm supervisor, sis. Li Pei gave him a sidelong glance. Luna Zhang quickly changed her tune. Dorm supervisor. Li Pei was finally satisfied. Then he kissed her twice more. Looking at him deeply. You Roberto, go back early. Don't waste time outside. Don't worry. Luna Zhang always felt there was another meaning behind his words. But his face still wore an obedient smile. Li Pei gave his hand a squeeze. Stand up and walk out. His expression darkened. So sick of going to work. So sick of work. So annoying, he wants to accompany you. Don't want to leave him. Outside the door, Hu Tao was so excited she kept stomping her feet. Wearing a smug, gnawing smile on their face. Hey, so sweet. Jiang Wen heard his partner start making weird laughter again. Rolled my eyes. Are you stupid? You're the idiot. Walnut ignored him, continuing to watch the interactions inside the art studio. Do you understand the joy of shipping a couple up close? Wait for Pei Li to leave the studio with his two underlings. Luna Zhang is Patingan in act again. I sat in front of Thiesel for over 10 minutes. Make sure the persona's really gone. He walked straight out of the studio. Footsteps kept going up the stairs without stopping. Because he was just downstairs. I've seen the structure of the art building. There is also a painting studio on the 4th floor. It should be the one that was burned by the fire. Go up to the 4th floor. The smell of something burning lingered around Luna Zhang's nose. He followed the scent upwards. Sure enough, they found a pitch-black door. Luna Zhang immediately took out the key given to her by the love of her life. Open the door. A pungent smell of burning plastic mixture. Coming right at you. He covered his mouth and nose. Enduring the foul smell, I slowly walked inside. The burned-down studio had no lights. Luna Zhang lit the white paper she had snatched from the exam hall. Holding it, he slowly stepped into the art studio. By the candlelight, one could really make out the situation inside. The walls were pitch black from being burned by the fire. There's still some on the floor, all kinds of leftover residue. Although everything inside is flammable, but the items weren't completely burned. This proves that at least fire was put out in time. In this situation, why does the school think it's unlucky and lock down the entire art building? Jiang Ye, the more he looked, the more something felt off. At that moment, a chilling suddenly swept past him. There was just a loud thud. The door was closed, and beneath his feet, a ball of fire suddenly rose up. The flames merely licked at the soles of his feet. In an instant, it burst into flames right against the skin. The body was burning with a real, scorching heat. It smells like it's been roasted. Z is a bit hungry. Luna Zhang looked at the flames that were about to surround him, smiling as he spoke. Can you put out the fire first? Otherwise, he might feel a bit tempted. Grilled chicken legs, grilled chicken wings, grilled pork belly. The lamb skewer sizzle with drops of oil. It smells really good. The flame was unwilling to fail in scaring Luna Zhang. He made the fire a bit stronger. But Luna Zhang still had a smile on her face. The next moment, the flames went out. A terrifying face suddenly appeared. His skin was covered in blisters from being burned by the flames. Pupils without any white soft eyes carried an air of death. Luna Zhang smiled and greeted him. "Good evening, male ghost. I never expected that. The carefully prepared entrance would have this effect. That messy, disheveled face." A hint of breakdown actually faintly appeared. "Get out of here." "No way. I'm here to look for something." Luna Zhang was holding a white bamboo, with a smile on his face. He had noticed it long ago. From the moment in the exam hall. The eerie once never killed directly. But will first McKeith players feel fear, so fear might also be the source of eerie power. The male ghost's face twisted grotesquely. The look in his eyes was filled with a strong warning. "There's nothing Harry we're looking for. Stay on. I will eat you up. It's compassion that brought me here. You know him, right?" Luna Zhang gave him a friendly smile. The male ghost heard this name. A faint dazed expression appeared on his face. "The human heart is like the stars. He's dead. I couldn't save him. Just a little bit more. It's all my fault moment I said it." The man's eerie body began to transform. He was surrounded by flames. The blisters on the body began to fester. Seeing this, Luna Zhang took out another mirror from her pocket. "This is the one you gave him, right? You are Cheng Ye." After gathering that information from 414 last night, Luna Zhang has been thinking Gabbett one question all along. The guy from class 4 who supposedly eloped with Ren Xing. Where the hell have you been? But when he opened the studio and saw the eerie man inside, I already had an idea in my mind. And the words that the other person kept muttering. This directly confirmed his speculation. He is that guy. It's also Cheng Yang, who wrote a love letter to Ren Xing. The man's eerie, pitch-black eyes stared fixedly at that mirror. The emotions gradually calmed down. Gradually, the blisters on his face began to disappear, turned into Sumio nearing a school uniform. There are still some handsome and charming young boys. He slowly walked in. Fingers touched that mirror. "That's right, I'm Chen Jiang. I met Ren Xing as soon as he entered Xingfu No. 1 high school. She's a very unremarkable girl. But he likes to draw. The painting of the human heart is beautiful and radiant. It makes people feel happy without even realizing it. Later on, I often noticed him. But because we weren't in the same class, I didn't find anything. The heart is bullied by the roommate. When I last saw him, he was lying in a pool of blood. They broke all 4 of his limbs, scratched up his face, even pulled out his heart. He's clearly so afraid of pain, so kind-hearted. Just like that, he died." Cheng Yang said up to this point. His expression was slightly unsettled. "Those girls realized he witnessed the whole thing. Knocked me out in the art studio, dragging the corpse of human hearts to deal with again. When leaving, they didn't notice and bumped into the candles inside. I could only watch helplessly as my already consumed by flames. However, they relied on their connections with the school's higher-ups. A little trick was all it took to settle this matter. They say the 2 of us eloped. The art building was consequently suspended from use." After saying all this, Chen Jiang fell silent for a moment. "It's a shame, even if I were to turn into a monster. It's also inseparably from this studio. I can't kill them." As he spoke, he took it out from his bosom, pulling out a slowly beating black heart. "The stars brought you here. Is this what you're looking for?" However, Luna Zhang had no idea what the heart was for. It's just that in the dream, someone sent him to check the clues. This is his heart. They took his body away for disposal, but missed this heart. So his heart stayed here. Cheng Yang gazed affectionately at this heart. "I don't know why either. Anyway, seeing you just makes me feel like you're really trustworthy. And you still carry his scent on you. And his stuff. I believe it was Thesters that brought you here." Luna Zhang thought to herself. This is probably an S-grade item. It's the effect of HAREM that even ghosts adore. With this prop, no matter how you put it, he's pretty much heartthrob of the supernatural world. He never had a heart. The power must be very weak. I don't know if they've been bullied outside. Take the heart and give it back to him. Cheng Yang's tone was calm. Luna Zhang seems to be able to see through that gentle and politang man back then. He reached out his hand, just about to take it. But right at that moment, a rough hand suddenly appeared. He snatched the heart away. Luna Zhang followed the direction of that hand. He's an ordinary-looking young guy. He knew the other person was also a player. The male player's name is Liu Cheng. Because of good luck, he just entered the eerie game. You now have a teleportation item. You can go anywhere you want. At this moment, Liu Cheng was clutching his heart. The originally plain face was full of smugness. Haha, I got the item first. Right away. I'll be the first to clear it once it's unlocked. But the moment he finished speaking, the collar was grabbed by a slender hand. Turned around to look. It was actually Lun Jiang's pretty face. His face was filled with anger. What are you doing? Taking other people's things without permission is not a good habit. Luna Zhang let out a cold laugh. He grabbed him with one hand and flung him to the ground. Liu Cheng's teleportation item has a cooldown. I can't use it at all right now. He thought Luna Zhang was just a fragile little girl. Till it was thrown to the ground. The anger on his face turned into terror. What are you doing? We are all players. Do you still want to kill someone? And behind Luna Zhang, Cheng Yang, whose heart was stolen, Anxi again transformed into a terrifying form. Who allowed you to touch his heart? At the same time, bang! The door of the art studio is violently smashed open. Lam Yik and the others appeared at the door. They spotted it at a glance. Luna Zhang and a terrifying-looking male ghost. The scene of Liu Cheng being criticized from all sides. So he quickly spoke up, Luna Zhang. Wait, what's going on here? Luna Zhang already had one foot in Liu Cheng's head at this point, holding the snatched back heart in hand. Luna Zhang's voice was neither hurried nor slow. Why don't you guys explain what happened first? Why did you take my stuff? Lam Hai had no choice but to start explaining from the beginning. Their class today was way too scary. It's almost a deadlock. At this moment, they decided to find the clue to Piopal's hearts as soon as possible. I happened to run into Liu Cheng on the road. So they decided to work together. The group discovered the place where Chen Jiang appears. It's very likely in the art studio of the art building. So taking advantage of the nightfall, they dodged the area pursuit all the way here. The door of the art studio was closed. They're trying to figure out how to open it. Who knew Liu Cheng would suddenly use an item and vanish? Then they violently broke down the door. What we see is Li Kuing getting beaten up. They quickly pulled someone over to apologize to Luna Zhang. Luna Zhang never intended to kill anyone in the first place. Looking at the ground, the person can't move a muscle, so he chose not to go on. Zhang Luna had just let go of Cheng Yang, right in front of everyone. He took a bite and bit off Liu Cheng's head. Lam Yik's companion widened his eyes in surprise. Luna Zhang was also somewhat surprised by this. Just facing their questioning, he shrugged and said this heart was snatched from the hands of the supernatural. Weirdness wants to kill him. What can I do about it? As soon as these words were spoken, sure enough, no wonder to say a word. Looking at Chen Jiang with blood at the corner of his mouth, they even regretted their earlier impulse. Quickly took 2 steps back. Luna Zhang turned her head to look at Cheng Yang. Don't worry, I'll bring the stuff to him. Cheng Yang nodded. His gloomy gaze fell upon the others. Everyone felt the fear of being threatened by something eerie. They all followed Lun Jiang out of the art studio. The heart of a person's heart is large. Luna Zhang couldn't stuff it into her pocket, only able to hold it in hand. But it feels cool and slippery to the touch. It feels surprisingly comfortable to the touch. This is the heart of human nature. At this moment, Lam Hai's classmate Wang Yip became interested. He looked excitedly at the thing in Luna Jiang's hand. Seeing this, Luna Zhang curved her eyes into Asmal. You're here for this too? Yeah, we just skipped class last night. On the way, I ran into a female ghost. He said his name is Ren Xin. And said, if we help him find a heart, you can clear the dungeon right away. Lam Yik added from the side. I think that female host is also suspicious. He may not have good intentions. This heart is better if not given to him for now. Luna Zhang has already seen people's true colors in her dreams. He didn't believe for a second that the other person had simply found their heart. Where is the heart of the people? Luna Zhang was deep in thought. But suddenly, the yellow leaves beside him came flying over. He actually went straight for grabbing the heart. His once clear eyes. In an instant, it turned into something eerily pitch black.